You are not just not a sexual person. Trust me, I told myself this lie for so many years because I had no desire for sex. This is a function of losing connection to your sexual power and your pleasure. Maybe you feel disconnected from your body, or maybe sex feels like something that you do for someone else and not for yourself. Or maybe you've never truly felt like you owned your pleasure in the first place. If any of that resonates, I want you to know something. Your sexual power was never actually gone. It's just been buried under shame or expectations or past experiences or everything the world has told you about what sex is supposed to be. So today we're going to unbury it. My name's Hannah, also known as the Libido Fairy. I've helped over 1,500 women reconnect with their pleasure, desire, and sexual confidence. In this video, I'm going to show you how to take your sexual power back in 5 steps. So let's just dive right into the steps. Step number 1 is understanding your history. Before you reclaim your sexual power, it's so helpful to understand where you lost it in the first place. For most women, that loss happens slowly over time through all these little tiny moments where we were told that our pleasure wasn't important. Maybe it started when you were young, like it did for me, when you were told that good girls don't talk about sex or have sex. Maybe it started when you were in a relationship where you felt pressured to perform instead of actually just enjoy yourself. Maybe it's tied to past trauma, experience of rejection, or even just a lifetime of subtle messaging that sex is for men. Whatever it is, name it. Because the moment that you identify where you lost your power, you take that first step in reclaiming it. So just take a second right now and ask yourself, where did I first start feeling like sex wasn't mine? What messages did I internalize about pleasure and desire? When do I feel the most disconnected from my body? An exercise that I have my students do inside of our program is something called the sexual history timeline. I have them write out from inception to now, what are all the things that happened in between first learning about sex and experiencing it and up to now that really impacted you, just so you can see it all laid out. That exercise is so powerful because it's like turning on a light in a room that you didn't even know was dark. You gain power by looking at what's there. Step number 2 is getting connected to your body. If you've ever been in the middle of sex and suddenly started thinking about your to-do list or your body or whether your partner is enjoying it more than you are, you're not alone. Women struggle to orgasm, not because our bodies don't work, but because our brains don't shut up. And they do that because we haven't trained the skill of connecting to our bodies, feeling what's there, and surrendering to sensation. Your sexual power comes from being in your body, not in your head. So a tool that you can try is deep breathing. This is a technique that will calm your nervous system and bring your focus back to the moment. You can just try inhaling deeply for 4 seconds, holding for 4 seconds, exhaling for 6 seconds. You could also try sensory awareness. So during intimacy, focus on one sensation at a time. How your partner's touch feels, the warmth of their skin, the rhythm of your own breath. The other thing I want to encourage you to do to connect to your body is slow down. If you tend to rush through sex, try intentionally slowing everything down and just playing in the moment and paying attention to how your body responds. The more you practice presence, the more natural it becomes. So I'm about to get into some deep, crucial steps next, but if you're liking the video so far, give it a thumbs up and hit subscribe for more content on intimacy and relationships. Okay, step number 3 is stop performing and start feeling. One of the biggest ways that women lose their sexual power is trying to put on a performance instead of actually experiencing pleasure. Think about it. How often do you go in sex wondering, do I look good right now? Does my partner think I'm sexy? Am I taking too long? Instead of focusing on what actually feels good to you. We've been conditioned to believe that our pleasure is secondary to how good we are in bed and making our partner happy. I know you've probably read those Cosmo magazine articles, but let me tell you something. The best lovers are the ones who actually enjoy themselves in the bedroom. So if you've been disconnected from your pleasure, start asking yourself, what actually feels good to me? What sensations or movements or experiences bring me pleasure? Or even ask, if I stopped worrying about how I looked, what would I actually enjoy? This is your permission slip to stop performing and start feeling. Step number 4 is rewriting your sexual beliefs. A lot of us are walking around with beliefs about sex that aren't even ours. We absorb them from society and family and religion and bad past experiences. Things like sex is for men, not for women, or I shouldn't need sex to feel happy, or if I'm not in the mood all the time, something's wrong with me. And these beliefs are directly impacting your ability to enjoy sex. So if you want to take back your sexual power, you have an opportunity to rewrite those beliefs. So try this. Write down one belief that you have about sex that's holding you back and ask yourself, where did I learn this? And is it actually true? And what would I want to believe if I believed something that was more empowering? And then finally, take action that's aligned with the new belief. So for example, instead of I take too long to orgasm, you could trade that out for my body deserves time and patience. Or instead of my pleasure doesn't matter, try my pleasure is just as important as my partner's. This is how you start rewiring your relationship with sex. And the most important part of rewriting your stories lies in changing your behavior. You need to act in ways that align with your new stories. Otherwise, your body's not going to catch up. This new behavior can also feel super uncomfortable, but guess what? Change is uncomfortable. So is staying the same. I want to encourage you when you're taking power back to choose what action that will make you feel the most proud of yourself. Finally, step 5 is ask for what you want. This is the final and most important step. Reclaiming your sexual power means actually advocating for what you want. This also includes speaking up if you don't like something, if you need more time, asking for it. If you have desires you've never shared, start sharing them. Your pleasure is not an inconvenience. You are allowed to take up space in the bedroom. And I know this can feel really uncomfortable at first, so here are some really small ways to start. Just start using I statements like, I really love it when you do that. Can we do more of that? Ask in a playful way. I've been thinking about this and I'd love to try it with you. Or express appreciation. I love how it makes me feel when you do this, and I think it would feel even better if we did this too. Your partner wants you to enjoy sex, and when you do, it makes the entire experience better for both of you. So let's recap. If you want to take back your sexual power, first, you're going to recognize where you lost it. Then you're going to name the beliefs that are holding you back. You're going to stop performing and start actually feeling in the moment by getting out of your head and into your body, rewriting the beliefs that keep you small, advocating for your pleasure. And remember, your sexual power has always been yours. Now it's time to own it. And if you want more tools on stepping into your pleasure, check out this video that has tips for making sex even more satisfying for women. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.